Saved in America is a local nonprofit of volunteers helping police and families search for missing children. Next month, the organization will host its 4th annual #Child Saved Not Sold fundraising dinner to continue the important work that they do. Joining us now to talk about the event and the organization's impact is Special Operations Consultant, retired Master Chief Kirby Harrell. Kirby, thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. It's been a couple years since I interviewed you, I believe, but when I did interview you the first time and found out about this organization, I was blown away. Tell us about what it is you do and the participants, because you're all special operations, ex-Navy SEALs.
We're all special operations, law enforcement people, backgrounds, and we have other computer people that have special talents that we work with off of the web, off of Instagram, to locate these children once that they have been taken or in and pushed into the trafficking program, so we can recover them and get them back to their parents. I'm always happy to take the time to talk about Saved in America, especially with your station. You guys are really some of the people that really promote us, and we really can get the word out to the rest of the people in America how valuable organizations like ourselves and NGOs are to stopping this human trafficking epidemic that we have in our country.
And how do you identify these children once they're missing? Is it necessarily family members that come to you, or how do you find out, and what's the caseload like right now?
Jason, absolutely. We we communicate directly with the parents. We work for the parents. We have a power of attorney from the parents for the child because they're minor children. So we have to have the power of attorney from them. So we are looking for basically our child to keep us out of the situation of turning into the bad guys, because that child may look at her abductor as, her savior, or, her Don Juan. And then when we try to recover her, we become the bad guys. That's the reason why we have to have the power of attorney. And that's the reason we work directly with the parents, with the support of many, many organizations here in San Diego.
I would imagine that once you identify a child, that time is really of the essence. The clock's ticking. You got to get right on it. Is that accurate?
I totally agree with that. We are pretty well established with that, and within 48 hours, in most cases, we can locate that child and at least get, things moving to recover that child from the situation that they have found themselves in. We will do the location, we will do the positive identification of that child, and then we will call in law enforcement to go do the knocking on the doors and actually get the child away from the home or away from the perp that has abducted her. And then the police department will turn the children over to us so that we can return them back to their parents. Many of them have to go to a medical facility so that we can do a rape kit on them, so that we can get the DNA so that our attorneys can file suit against the perp.
So once you get the power of attorney, say from parents, and you've identified and it's time for law enforcement to go in, you just hand them the paperwork and they're good to go and they can get the job done? Is that how it works?
Yes. I mean, we pre-coordinate with police departments all over the country. If we are working a case in that particular area, then we will notify law enforcement prior to us going to work and locating that child. We have a lot of, of broad ideas and locations of where that child may be, and we let law enforcement know that before we start pursuing.
Okay, now you have a fundraiser coming up at the U.S. Grand Hotel, right?
Absolutely, Jason, and I'm glad that you asked. The fundraiser is going to be on November 4th. It's going to be at 5:30 at the U.S. Grant Hotel. We would like everybody to go to our website, buy tickets if you're interested in coming there. We're going to have a great speaker, Mark Morgan, who was appointed by President Trump to be the Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. He was an acting commissioner of the Customs and Border Patrol. He served 20 years as a special agent in the FBI. And he's a hell of a guy. And, you know, he cares about our children. And like I always said, man, if you have a country that doesn't take care of the children, you have no country. So we have to make sure, and we have to get the word out to these people, not these people, but everybody, every citizen in the United States, that we have to take care of our kids and stop this epidemic and heinous crime from happening.
All right, Kirby, we appreciate all your work. The good that you and your organization do cannot be overstated. SavedInAmerica.org, U.S. Grant Hotel, November 4th. I am certain that we will talk with you again in the days leading up to that event, as important as it is. And we appreciate, again, Kirby, I appreciate your service to the country and all you do in our society today.
Thank you, sir. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys.
Always a pleasure.
So have me back again.
We will. I'll make sure little Tommy gets on it.
You can see the pink pack in the back, so that's because I'm a grandpa. Oh. And I'm concerned for our grandkids, right?
Oh, good.
As every parent should be.
I'm a grandpa too, so I appreciate that very much.
All right, sir.
Thank you, Kirby.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Of course.
All right, man.